podcast character designs done by Demon Artie. Be sure to follow her over on Twitter at ArtieDemon. Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 podcast. I'm your host, Crimson Sin.
N15 PCA.
Nate's at 454.
Rose.
Be sure to check us out over on Twitter at C15 Podcast. Join the discussion over on Discord, link in the description below. And if you're enjoying the videos, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit that bell for notifications. Disney is going to have a Cruella de Vil movie, and it had a trailer, and we waited on it because we wanted to get Rose's perspective because she's Disney. She likes characters, so... Okay, what did you think? That's that you have unfettered access. We won't say anything. Let's get your opinion first, and then we'll jump into discussion.
I absolutely loved it. I think she's...
Well, see, I'm going to tell you why you're wrong. Just kidding. Just
no,
go.
no. She's a really underrated Disney villain character because also she has no magic. So
she has no powers.
You know what I mean? Usually when you have Disney villains, there's like some type of magical element. I liked it. I think it's going to do really well. I loved how it showed... Also the prequel of it, her obviously struggling to make it in the fashion industry and to become who she was. It showed a lot of dark undertones to being and how she became who she is. I think it's pretty interesting and I liked it.
What I just don't want this to be like, oh, it's a good thing she's this way. This lady wanted to kill puppies.
No,
and skin them
but
and make a damn dress because that's who she is.
She's walking in and she has alcohol, but she was always a big drinker and a smoker, heavy smoker.
That's the thing. I watched the show, the tragedy of it.
Oh, they are.
I just don't want it to be like, oh, no, like they did Harley Quinn. Where it's like, oh, it's wonderful that Joker did all these things to her. Man, you know, it awoken who she truly was. She's a tragic, broken character. And hopefully they kind of do more of that instead of like, oh, you go slay queen. You go steal that car. And like, it's just, I don't want it to be portrayed as, oh, she's this wonderful person.
Well, see, with it has a Tim Burton feel to
yeah.
it, but a little darker, obviously, but it has, and I don't think that was the way I'd go with it.
I like the setting. Like, it's like old school London.
Yeah.
And like you said, the fashion industry is a cutthroat, evil, disgusting industry.
Back then.
And what kind of person would that produce? Someone like Cruella de Vil would be the child of that horrible industry. Because are they going to show like maybe she was a model at one time? And maybe the things that she probably went through as a model, and you can only imagine. And you notice how in the cartoon, she was like super skinny. So they're going to do that whole like anorexia, dieting, body positivity.
Well, and also I want to see that because think about it. She's an alcoholic.
Yes.
So
without a doubt.
So most likely she had a problem when she was younger and smoking. So it's one of those things where like, I want to see this, like, it didn't help her. It made it worse.
These were, like, her coping mechanisms.
Throughout her life. And then by going into fashion, it made it freaking...
Oh, you're going to have abusive parents, abusive mom. Oh, you're going to be the model that I never was.
I want to see, are you going to see anyone from the original movie? Like, you see the people that adopted
Anita
in them. Are you going to see them in this?
I would imagine. Wouldn't it be nice?
Like that.
How much older is Cruella? See...
In the cartoon, it looks like Anita... is like 20 years younger than her, but she's also a heavy smoker,
drinker,
and a drinker.
The same age, damn!
I think it's about probably 5 to 10 years.
She's like her assistant.
But no, yes, and also before they said they were college buddies.
Oh, that's right.
That she said that, so that means we're talking maybe 2 or 3.
Senior and freshman.
But she drinks so much, she smokes so much.
Maybe a 4 or 5 year gap, maybe.
But again, that does happen in real life. If you're like a heavy drinker and stuff,
look awful.
And smoker, you can look 20 years older.
I do like how because. She's like, oh, and she like walks in as like the whole like girl on fire thing.
Yeah.
Here's my hair's on fire. No, she's like because she's like wearing like this like paper thing to make my grand entrance.
Yeah.
Which I love it because that's very cool.
I love the fact, and I know he's one of my favorite character actors. Stanley Tucci's in this, and he just plays like that butler snobbish guy.
Yeah, he's a snobbish. He can be like a super kind person, and also that I am so rich, it don't bother me.
Yeah, exactly. He can play that concierge perfectly type guy.
Do you think she's gonna have like friends and stuff? Or she can just literally do all these, party things and literally go to her house and just lay in her bed completely alone.
I think she might have friends, but more criminal friends.
Or people who just admire her, who are just
Hang-arounds.
attracted to her madness. So I don't think she has actual friends.
No. The only friend she might have is Anita.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things because there's also like a scene where she's like on a moped and she looks like she's been crying the whole time that she was on her.
Almost like she's almost the last of her humanity going.
Yeah, she's
I'm done.
Like completely
Basically,
crazy.
You know what? You told me I can't do something. I'm gonna do it, and she doesn't care who's in her way.
You're gonna marry for love.
She's mean. That's probably one of the funniest lines. She's like, "Oh, Roger's music career." She's like making fun of him. He's like a room away, not even. She like doesn't even care.
Yeah, and she's like laughing. Like, you know what I would love to? I know they may not do it. I would love it to where if the more crazy she goes, she starts seeing more spots.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would love that
Insane.
where it's like a subconscious thing, and that's why she loves it later
Like
on.
we see the dogs like growl at her, and it's like, are you trying to make the Dalmatians into like the bad guys? See,
Yeah.
there's so many ways this can go. If it's just like a study of how this person fell apart, the parallels between this and the Joker movie, they're hard not to see. It's showing how society failed a person and how they allowed all these things to warp their minds, and they felt like they had no other option.
Well, this is going to be the PG-13 version.
Yeah.
Obviously.
She's not going to be killing people, but she
No,
burned that house
but
down.
still,
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, she'll be burning a house, but you're not going to see any bodies, but it's going to burn down. It's going to be one of those things.
As I remember in the original cartoon, she's driving that car. She does not care who's in her way.
Isn't that one of the
No,
coolest
I think
cars
for me-
ever?
Yeah,
her car,
she's got a really nice car.
the devil. When it
Yeah,
says,
it had like the super long hood. It was like 50 feet long. It's just
I
like
think she would drive like a Rolls Royce, but
But it's like a weird, wacky, like what was those things? A Duesenberg?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
Duesenberg. Where it's like, literally, Duesenberg is like hand-picked. Like, you pick everything.
So what's different from this, Maleficent, you knew going in that there was going to be a twist in this tale. It was going to show you why things, because of circumstances, why she became. I think this is going in saying she knows she's unforgiving. She knows she's crazy.
doesn't care.
So basically, like, I don't care if you don't like me. Like, because I know, and basically, and that's the storyline that they're going
It kind of reminds you of like, oh, you should believe in yourself and not care what other people think. But this is like the darker side of that.
But also showing how far you go down a road and you can't turn back anymore.
Yeah.
And everyone in this entire world has one person they know that went down a road so far and refused to turn around. So it's a cautionary tale, just done with a little bit of style.
See, but I do like again, I believe in like forgiveness, even in the, like the literally, someone could be the most horrible person. If you believe in your heart, I do believe that you can find that goodness inside of you. People may not accept it, but if you find it in yourself, but Cruella decided not to do that.
But Cruella will never forgive herself.
No, she won't.
I think
No.
one thing I hope is not in here is the original song, Quilla DeVille. I hate
I
that song.
love
It's
that song.
overrated. It's so overrated.
That
It was a time era.
I
Village
know,
of
I know,
Vale? No,
just a jazzy. Could you imagine a jazzy tune of that? More jazzy at the very end when she's walking out with all her fur.
See-
and just like freaking crazy.
See, but that's the whole thing. Like furs are cool. Cruelly to animals. Cruella don't care.
No.
If I think it's pretty, I'm gonna do it.
Well, they have to have that in this movie. They have to.
How perfect would this be? Think about it. She's kind of poor. She always wanted fur.
Yeah,
And then when she finally gets to
even
the,
an option.
yeah, and when she finally gets to the top, I can have whatever I want.
And what's so tragic about Anita never told her no. That's
No.
why when she had the puppies, she assumed she was just going to give them to her. She's like, okay, I'm ready to write my check. What do you want? And she's like, they're not for sale. What do you mean no?
Yeah, like it
Because
was.
Because I know what you're gonna do with them. That's the problem. You're not gonna take care of them.
Yeah, you're not someone who's into like taking care of things. Like she's like, you're not gonna take care of these puppies. She didn't care about taking care of them.
No.
She wanted that sweet fur.
And yeah, and with that one line in the cartoon, I don't care, drowned him, beat him.
Yeah, just get me.
Yeah,
Just
get him.
I
Like,
just not
Oh my
alive.
goodness!
Yeah.
Imagine in a bag. And
Yeah.
he's, oh my
That's what they
gosh!
were going to go
Yeah.
and do. That's insane.
yeah, they were gonna grab the leg off the table.
Yeah.
Okay, you do the smashing, I'll do the skinning. No, you do the
Oh
skinning,
my
I'll do
God.
the bashing.
And I think this is Emma Stone's most like recent bigger film. She did receive an Oscar for La La Land, and then, which was another really good film. But I love her in this part. I think she's going to do it justice. And
I
be
think
great.
again, it depends on what side of this they're showing that. Oh, society made her this way, and it's a good thing she's this way. Or showing you the tragic life of a broken person.
Yeah, that the second one would be
that
fine.
I would be more interested in that because she does grow up to be a horrible, awful, terrible human being.
Yes.
I would not mind seeing the theater if it's the second one. But if it's the first one, I'd have no interest in seeing it.
It's also, I hope it's the cautionary tale of like, what are you willing to give up
Yes.
for your dream? And it's messed up, like, you know how in Coco, oh yeah, well, you gotta take.
Grab it. See,
or-
a good piece of advice, but used by the wrong person can be destructive.
Yes.
Or Brave, are you willing to pay the price your freedom's going to cost you?
Yeah, you want to go to war with those other people? Oh, you're free now. Ha, ha, ha.
Exactly. Yeah.
I said also another thing. I didn't really watch the live action version, but Glenn Close
she does
did a really.
she does a great
She does
job.
a super good job. Just her presence on the screen, what I can remember of, but it was more comical.
Yeah, definitely
There's no comedy. in
Uh,
this. It's going.
The funny, this is definitely, if there's gonna be funny moments, it's gonna be more like that nervous, like, oh, that was funny. Oh God, hope you don't stab me.
Something that's so ironic, it's funny. Not funny because it's just funny. No, it's gonna be one of those like.
Yeah.
But of all the recent movies that have been coming out with female dominant characters who have Birds of Prey, which I didn't really like.
Yeah, that was
and
a
that
mess.
kind of glorified,
Yeah.
this whole road and lifestyle. But I think this is going to have that tragic undertone. Where like that she's on that moped by herself, mascara
Yeah.
going down her face. And do you want
She doesn't
that?
look like she's happy.
And also, if you notice in the trailer, it sounded like she's narrating. She sounds a little older. Is this already when she's caught?
Oh yeah.
And then
Like
she's
she's in jail or whatever.
Yeah, and she's telling her story to someone.
Right.
And she's just, because like at the beginning she's like, oh, I was always different. I was always this. So I'm thinking like, is this literally her in jail?
Well, think about it. What do you think she'd rather be, in her life or in a life of married to a husband and they have loving kids and a husband and living that kind of life?
What's so tragic with her character, even if she got a do-over, she do nothing different.
She
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 wouldn't.
do nothing different.
But again, do you think there's going to be like that event in her life that made her this way? Like she was, abusive parents, just being in the industry. I wonder how dark they're going to go with the character. Where like did something? Because again, we all know in the entertainment industry, horrible things happen to young women.
Right.
Yes.
So
Everything
are
that's
they
been
going
coming
to?
out too recently.
Yeah, is there going to be a Harvey Weinstein type situation in her life
Or it's
that
implied.
turned her to this f everyone, f everything in life because I came in here because I was beautiful and I wanted to share my beauty with the world and they destroyed me.
Yeah.
That would be an interesting take, because at least it wouldn't be the world, it would be that industry.
Yeah.
It would be that, like,
See, that would be a good thing too, but would they really put the light on
See,
themselves?
that's the thing because it is Hollywood.
We'll
But
see.
I like the setting. I like the fact that when she stole that car, it looks like the car. She ends up getting that
Yes,
super
yes.
long. But she literally, she's like driving. She looks like that
Yeah,
crazy.
she looks
person.
like crazy, that crazy person in the cartoon.
Because in the cartoon, when you see her, like, well, she might have been beautiful one
One
time,
point.
but now she's like all like nasty looking. But this is like before, like, oh, maybe she was a model in the industry. Maybe she didn't make it, or maybe she was unwilling to do something to get that next step, and they could destroyed her career. I can see this where you can understand the villain, but you still know they did the wrong choice.
Right.
But you understand why they made the wrong choice.
Well, she's almost at the point now where she's at the character from Sunset Boulevard. I'm gonna film my close up, Mr. DeVille. She's walking.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's what she is. She's at that point now where you're older now, honey. Those days are behind you.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna be a big actress anymore.
Oh, but now I'm the kingmaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because in the movie and even the live action one, she's running the industry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she is. Yeah,
She's
she
running
is.
it.
Yeah.
But success wasn't enough.
No.
It was never going to be enough.
Again, it goes back, maybe, like, hopefully, like you said, it'll explain this, go back to the fact that maybe she wants first because she never could have it.
Yeah.
And also, no one can tell me no now. No one can say no.
She-
Yeah,
being
but
told no.
because you can only get fake polka dot inferno. I wanted the real thing, and I was like, we're not killing dogs for you, lady. So
Yeah.
like, she had to do it herself. But yeah, this is definitely. If anything, it's interesting.
Interesting.
It is.
I don't know which side of it's going to fall. It's either going to be an interesting, introspective look at a broken life, or it's going to be like that. Yes, queen. You slay, queen, slay. I don't want that
Well,
version.
but from the first trailer, you can't tell.
You
where
can't
they're gonna
tell
go.
where it's gonna go.
So that's maybe a good sign. We'll see.
We'll definitely. It's on Disney Plus, right? It's gonna be free.
I have no
I don't know if you're gonna have to pay
idea.
money. Is it one of the ones we have to pay money?
I don't know.
I have no clue. But if
Well,
it's free,
I
we're checking
would
it
much-
out.
I would pay money to see this.
I don't mind going to theater to see it.
Give
If
me
it's
my money.
I love seeing people break down.
Yes.
Sitting there meeting my popcorn. Yeah, your
way
life
more
is
interesting than
ruined.
Harley Quinn. I'll tell you that.
No, because there was more wiggle room with this. You don't know much about Cruella. I meant like her previous
Life.
before everything else happened.
The
You know,
only
there
thing
isn't much.
Yeah, there isn't much. The only thing you know is that the dogs say the old DeVille place. So it makes me think, like, did she live on a farm?
Probably her parents' house.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it's a big place. It's
So I'm assuming like she probably lived a hard life.
Or maybe I had also heard someone say, like, one of your things, she worked on a farm. So
Yeah.
She worked with animals, so she hated animals. And in person, because
Well, and also,
that was her past.
Yes, and also maybe made it easier, not to be mean, I know animals are all different, but give her that past of like, oh, I kill like cows, I kill, like, oh, it's no different for killing.
Killing chickens and
Yeah,
slaughtering pigs.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe it kind of like, it made her feel like, oh, this is okay, and it's kind of like,
A devalued life.
idea, and then also with all the bad stuff that's happening to her, it twists it. Like, oh, well, I did this. Let me see if I can do that. Maybe that won't feel that weird. Oh, this doesn't feel weird. And then you go so far that you're just.
But it's different because it's a doggy.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
exactly.
can you imagine doing that to a puppy? I just.
Well,
I don't
that's
know.
what I'm
No
saying. But
way.
again, someone that's drunk, high on power, and is just out of their mind. Like,
Yeah,
I guess.
she even says I'm psycho.
yeah, she said she's a psycho.
But she's sweet, but a psycho.
There you go.
Yeah.
Song tied in.
How'd you know
Done.
she's just a psycho? There's no sweetness. I
It's a
removed
little
my.
sweet. It's a little sweet.
A little tiny
Yeah, there's a
Like bittersweet, you know?
like in the original Harley Quinn. There's a little bit of innocence in there that you want her to come out and get
But I
better.
think-
None with Cruella
I
DeVille.
think
She's
that's
just
Emma
twisted.
Stone. Emma Stone is what
Yeah,
we're
just
thinking of,
looks
that's
at it,
not
like, oh, you're the
Cruella.
sweet part.
Come
Oh,
on,
never
you're
mind.
nice, right?
Yeah.
No, honey, it's gone.